So seeing that this is Women's History Month, it's only fitting that we talk about the 6 most memorable women in history, the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Henry's first wife, Catherine of Aragon, was born in 1485. Catherine married and became Queen of England on June 11, 1509, and was married to Henry for 24 years, and had a daughter named Mary, or as she's much better known, Bloody Mary. After 24 years of marriage, the pair did not have a surviving male heir, and Henry was concerned about the legacy of his dynasty. Since she was in her 40s, it was clear that she wasn't going to have any more children. Henry found a loophole since Catherine was first married to Henry's brother Arthur, which he used as leverage in an attempt to annul the marriage. But the Catholic Church did not approve, so Henry made his own church, just to divorce Catherine and marry his second wife, Anne Boleyn.
Anne was born in 1501 and married Henry on January 25, 1533. It's important to note that Anne moved into the Hampton Court Palace while Henry was still married to Catherine. Anne gave birth to Elizabeth I on September 7, 1533. Anne and Catherine were the only 2 wives that Henry had a coronation ceremony for. During their marriage, Henry would often cheat on Anne, but when Anne flirted with 1 or 2 men, Henry ordered her to be beheaded, claiming that the cause was that Anne was a witch. Anne Boleyn died on May 19, 1536.
The day after Anne's beheading, Henry married his 3rd wife, Jane Seymour, whom some say was the only one of his wives Henry truly loved. Jane was also maid of honor for both of Henry's wives. Jane was said to be very sweet and quiet. She was also an albino. She gave birth to her son October 12, 1537. She died just minutes after giving birth to her son. Jane and Henry were married only 18 months before she died. So let's talk about Henry VIII's 4th wife, and probably the shortest marriage. His marriage to Anne of Cleves. Anne of Cleves was born September 22, 1515. It is said that one day Henry VIII was looking at a portrait of Anne of Cleves, and mesmerized by her beauty, Henry married Anne at once. But once he saw her real face, Henry declared, "I like her not, I like her not." Henry only still married Anne to keep the diplomatic ties with Anne's home. He divorced her July 9, 1540. Anne died July 16, 1557.
Now let's talk about Henry VIII's 5th wife, and Anne Boleyn's 2nd cousin, Catherine Howard. Catherine married on July 28, 1540. Catherine was only 19 years old when she married Henry, while he was 49 years old. It is rumored that Catherine was raped by Henry Mannix, but the rumors were never confirmed nor denied. Once word of this got to King Henry, he ordered Catherine to be beheaded, and he also got an unexperienced swordsman to behead her, and as a result, the sword hit the back of Catherine several times before her head was actually cut off. Catherine died on February 15, 1542.
And last but certainly not least is Henry's 6th wife, Catherine Parr. Born in 1512, Catherine and Henry married in July of 1543. Catherine was 30 years old when she married Henry, while Henry was 50 years old at the time. Catherine is known for being the survivor of Henry's 6 wives. Before Henry decided to marry Catherine, she was supposed to marry Thomas Seymour, but had to break off the engagement due to Henry's childlike demands. After Henry's death on January 8, 1547, she was free to marry Thomas a few months later. But even though Catherine is known as the survivor, that's not all she was. She also expressed a sense of her own value, free of the marital relationship, which was rare for a woman of this period. Catherine Parr died September 5, 1548.
It's clear that these 6 women played a big role in history and have definitely made their marks on the world, and have even inspired books and TV shows like the 1970s television show The 6 Wives of Henry VIII, or the book Divorced, Beheaded, Survived, and even the Broadway 6 musical written by Lucy Moss and Toby Marlowe. What do you think of Henry VIII's marriage situation? Anything you'd like to add? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.